I'm going to show you how to make a Unity editor tool using this trackline tool I made for rodent rollers as an example. Before we start, all editor scripts need to be placed inside an editor folder for them to work. This folder doesn't need to be at the root of the project. Now, create a script which inherits from editor and add the using Unity editor. Put the custom editor attribute with a type of for the components class that the tool will target. Add a variable to store the target class, and in the onEnable, set the variable to be the target casted to that class. All the elements of your tool are defined in the onInspector GUI function. Override this function and start by adding drawDefaultInspector. To create a button, add a button function within an if statement. The button function has several overloads, but the one I used has parameters for the button's text and the GUI layout options. The options parameter can be a single option or an array of them. The code after the if statement will be executed when the button is pressed. This code should have the following 3 steps. First, set up the undo so that you can undo any operations called by the button. If the button's logic only affects the target component, use register complete object undo. Otherwise, you can use the register full object hierarchy undo on the game object the component is attached to if the logic affects the game object's hierarchy. Second, add the function of the targeted component class that you want to be called on button press. Finally, use setDirty to mark the component as dirty. If you want to create a row of buttons, put a begin horizontal and end horizontal before and after the button code. You can also add vertical spacing between GUI elements using the space function. Use the display dialog function if you want to show a confirmation window for the button's operation. Put the dialog's title, message, confirm, and cancel button texts as parameters. Have the display dialog within an if statement at the start of the button code. I use it as a guard to early return if the cancel button is pressed. The label field function is useful for creating headings and for providing useful info to the tool's user. It takes 2 parameters, the first being the text that will be displayed in the field and the second being the label style. Helpbox GUI are useful for displaying warnings and errors. The helpbox function has 2 parameters. First is the text displayed in the helpbox, the second being the message type enum, which can be warning, none, info, or error. Put the helpbox within an if statement to have it appear based on the given conditions. For example, this editor tool requires an architect curve and waypoint prefab to be assigned for it to work, so I placed helpboxes within if statements checking to see if these variables are defined. A demo for rodent rollers is available on itch.io. Give it a go and let us know what you think. Roll out!